And now back to our continuing coverage of the coronavirus crisis here in Colorado. By the end of next month, Governor Polis wants to be able to conduct at least 10,000 COVID-19 tests per day.
The need for testing today, saying it's critical in identifying outbreaks early and taking decisive actions to prevent further spread. KRDO News Channel 13's Chase Golightly joins us live in our newsroom to break down the expansion of tests, as well as who will be available to get tested. Chase.
Heather, was only recently here that UC Health expanded testing past those with a doctor's note, but Polis says by May 15th, anyone in the state who shows symptoms will be able to get tested.
Right now, this Colorado Springs VA clinic is the only place in our part of the state where veterans can drive up and get tested for COVID-19.
We do between 15 and 20 tests a day.
But Anthony Moorhead, the acting regional manager, says not all veterans can come here, just those who show symptoms.
If you don't have the symptoms, unfortunately, with the supplies that we do have, we're not allowing that currently.
And for those who do get tested, it can be days to get results.
That takes about 5 days still.
On Wednesday, Governor Polis announced a plan to change that for everyone, dramatically expanding testing sites across the state and increasing the number of tests they can handle per day.
Starting out in that 5,000 range, getting up to 8,500 range towards the end of May.
Which is a major increase from the 160 tests per day the state was conducting in March.
That's the plan. That's the supplies that we have the visibility on and the confidence on to be able to set those goals.
He also said these tests will be able to return results in 24 hours. Then Polis discussed another test many have been asking for, the antibody test, which can tell you if you already had the virus.
It can also be used to screen the blood of those who've recovered from COVID, who can then donate their plasma for scientific research on a cure or vaccine.
This test is also something Moorhead wants implemented at the VA.
When supplies are more available and the testing is more reliable, to even introduce the antibody study.
But Polis says before the antibody test can be implemented statewide, they have to work out some of its issues.
Now, as for those issues I just mentioned, antibody test doesn't tell you if you currently have the virus or are contagious. Polis also saying the market has been flooded with inaccurate and unvalidated antibody testing, something they plan on eliminating. Reporting live in our newsroom, Chase Golightly, KRDO News Channel 13.
All right, Chase, thank you. There was another piece of big news to come out of the governor's press conference today. He's once again asking landlords to hold off on evicting those struggling to pay rent right now.
That executive order is due to expire in the next few days. I will be renewing it and strengthening it, so there will also not be any evictions during the month of May.
Well, that statement from the governor today extends the request he made back on March 20th, directing agencies, including courts and sheriff's offices, to work with landlords on avoiding evictions. That being said, this is not a free pass. You could still be vulnerable to eviction after the crisis ends if you have not made some kind of payment arrangement with your landlord.